Hello, everyone. Happy holidays to my existing and new subscribers. I'm sorry I haven't been around for a while doing videos. I've been really busy in my personal life. I have a new addition to my family, and so I've just been busy, focusing on my family. But I did want to talk to you guys about something I recently read on NBC.com. The title is Guns Flood into Police Buyback Programs, though critics have doubts about the idea. In the wake of the Sandy Hook Elementary shootings, cities and police departments across the country organized events to buy back guns, hoping that fewer firearms on the street translates to fewer shooting deaths. Okay, let's stop right there. Normally, these types of buyback programs are done in the inner cities where these types of shootings, school shootings, do not exist. I have yet to hear of an inner city school being shot up by a black kid who just walks in and begins killing everyone. As far as I'm concerned, this is a underhanded move by the government, city government, as well as federal government, to disarm black citizens in this country. As far back as 200 years ago, when gun laws were first enacted, the powers that be would think of clever, and I use that in quotes, ways of preventing black people from buying firearms. They would either make the firearms illegal if they were cheap firearms, or they would tax the firearm to make it unaffordable. So when you see these types of buyback programs, and by the way, I saw the one that was being conducted here in LA County. The buyback program is where if you turn in a handgun, then you are awarded $100 at Ralph's. Well, anybody that is familiar with the Ralph's grocery chain understands that you could probably get maybe 2 days worth of groceries for that $100. You understand what I'm saying? So the benefit to turning in your firearm, something that could actually protect your life, and you're turning it in for $100, it's not worth it. If you turn in an assault rifle, they give you $200. Responsible gun owners will hold on to their guns because they are not walking into schools and shooting people. They are not walking into movie theaters and shooting people. The article goes on to say that gun buybacks are proving so popular that U.S. Rep. Gerald Connolly of Virginia have asked Congress to set aside $200 million for gun buyback programs. This will do nothing. When all of those people were murdered on September 11th, there were no guns used. But people seem to forget that. When Timothy McVeigh bombed the federal building, he didn't use guns. So to blame guns is just idiocy. There have been so many times where I've seen murders happen where some woman has been killed and she's been stabbed, where some man has been killed and he's been stabbed. No guns were involved. So to go on this campaign of attacking guns is ridiculous. Why aren't they addressing the people who do these types of crimes? Why aren't they addressing these issues? Mental illness would be one issue to address. Do you know that, at least here in California, you can go through a criminal background check, but there is no mental or psychological evaluation before a gun is issued to you? There is none. So, anyone who is clear of a criminal record, even though they may have mental or psychological issues, can be and will be, if they apply, given a gun. So, I mean, this is a screwy country with a bunch of screwy people running it who have no use of common sense. Anyone with an ounce of common sense would know that you do not and you should not target guns. Guns do not operate on their own. They can only function when someone touches them. And the other thing is, why was there no urgency for a gun buyback program when there were all the shootings going on in Chicago and in Detroit? Until it is truly equal in this country, the compassion, the concerns, the need to protect Black people the same way there is an urgency and a compassion and a need to protect non-Black people, we will always have an issue of race in this country until you begin to treat people equally, truly equally. I didn't once hear President Obama speak on the issues, on the murders going on in Chicago or in Detroit. I never saw a government bulletin for gun buyback programs, and that actually would have been the perfect time to do something like that. These are kids killing kids, usually, but it's very evident what's going on here, and until we as a community wake up and say amongst ourselves that we will not tolerate the violence that goes on in our cities, then it will continue, because nobody else gives a damn. So we have to. Anyways, this is my take on it. I said I was going to try to keep this video under 10 minutes. Leave me your thoughts and comments. Take care.